Mad Commodore is biased against the Commodore 64 8-bit, is he? I don't think so, mate. Here we are, a regular occurrence for me, playing Atari games. However, let's get the show on the road. Right, I'm looking at the camera from about 6 feet away, maybe 5 feet. Looking good there, sir. And this has been a bit of a problem game for me to play. I ain't got any problem with using the emulator. Apart from the Yars Revenge business going on there at the side, I don't know what's going on with that. I think that might be the graphics card on this laptop. This laptop, which I have to, yes, I'm being forced to, put Windows 7 on, because nothing fucking works on it anymore. Oof, you can't even watch BBC News 24 without at least the latest service pack of Windows 7. Oh man, my eyes ain't good enough to find the L key on this keypad. Luckily, if you turn round, like the Greek man said to his wife, you can actually catch it. If you've flown over them. Jockey, what you doing, mate? Ah dear, the cats are really playing up to... Oh, it's not Jockey. Oh, it's you. Ah! The other black cat, right. Nearly 550 dead in one day. And nearly 400 the day before. That's nearly 900 people. Sorry, nearly 600 yesterday. God knows what it's going to be today. Yeah, I'm afraid this particular room is at the front of the house. So you will get some of the selfish cocksuckers who won't stay at home car noises. Plus the good old police force who's doing their best. There's been complaints. Now this particular game, it maps the cursor keys to the joystick. Amiga, you're usually very shy when the camera comes out. That's why hardly anyone's ever seen you. And why are you called Amiga? Because Amiga is Spanish, not Spanish. Spanish for friend. Now some people say Amiga is actually Spanish for girlfriend. That's not true. In the Spanish language, things have different words for male and female. So a male friend is called amigo, and a friend who happens to be female is called amiga. Girlfriend is not what amiga means. And I bet you any money there's Patreon pricks who've done Commodore history fucking videos and they've said amiga means girlfriend. Fucking Patreon pricks. Should only make videos about what you know what you're talking about. So, like I was saying, this particular Atari emulator maps the cursor keys to the controller I'm using, which is a wireless keyboard, obviously. And Rescue on Fractalus uses the bloody cursor keys to set the speed of the engines. So it's a bit of a problem if you're playing it on an emulator without a USB controller. I don't know if you can still get the ATARI VCS or just ATARI 9-pin joystick to USB adapters. If you can, then it's not a problem, but I'm using a wireless controller because the TV is 11 feet away from my eye sockets at the moment. Yeah, that's about right, 11 foot. And if it was a CRT, it'd be closer, it'd probably be like 8 or 9 foot, depending on how massive or small the CRT is. But luckily, Altera, the Atari emulator I use, actually allows you to map the cursor keys to various other symbols. So the mathematical symbols, plus, minus, multiply and divide. Today we got T, because I'm British, I'm not English, I'm British, sir. For all we know, the coronavirus, COVID-19, could have existed 800 years ago. A very similar strain of it, at least. But because people did not actually record history very well, a lot of things have been lost over the last 1,000 years. May have actually died out. So, you know, there is that. But at the moment, like I said, Italy could well be as badly affected as Spain. No, the UK could be as badly affected as Spain and Italy. We've just had nearly 1,000 deaths in 48 hours. And of course, and there won't be any clips in there. Why? Simply because Windows has become a horrible fucking piece of shit now after the forced fucking update. Not that anyone's watched that fucking video and gives a shit anyway. So it's become extremely more flaky now. Camtasia crashed within 3 hours. Within about half an hour of me starting to use it, with the same sort of complexity as all the other videos I make on there. So I don't like that at all. It just ruins your creativity. You're constantly saving your project every 5 minutes, which means you're overwriting whatever idea you had before, and pressing undo like 20 times and probably crash that Windows piece of shit. But you need the latest versions of Windows so you can watch BBC News 24. And I don't like watching Sky News live, even though I found a browser that did finally allow YouTube videos to work on XP, Chromium, or the independent version, I suppose, of the Chrome browser. Having this week of Cola Zero, because there's zero chance of the UK not being fucked at the moment. So of course I went to get my fucking prescription today, and like I was saying, of course, it's not ready. So this is now 3 fucking trips I'm gonna have to make to get 1 month's supply of fucking medication. No, not antipsychotic medicines. I might swear a lot in my videos, but then again, I love watching Mike Strutter, which you should definitely check out if you can find it. If anyone is streaming that, give it a go. If you like all the swearing in the videos, then yeah, you're definitely going to enjoy Mike Strutter, which is a character that Paul Kay created. So yeah, you know, things are not going well. They're not testing enough people. People are not taking this self-isolation business seriously. As people walking right past you, the fucking dumb idiots. Look at the lovely colour cycling there. Like I said, ATARI, even though I didn't own an ATARI in the early to mid 80s, a very good friend of mine, he had an Atari 800 with 48k, and later he got an Atari 800 XL with 64k, so he could play a few of the extra games. Because the Atari 800 cannot be expanded above 48k, because those memory areas are for joystick ports 3 and 4 on the Atari 800, which is why everything after the Atari 400 800 only has 2 joystick ports. So there you go, another bit of genius wisdom from someone who actually lived those times, instead of going on Wikipedia for 5 fucking minutes to make a 30-minute video about the history of some company or another. And in the early days I was only allowed to play on my C64 at the weekend, from Friday after I come home from school to sometime on Sunday, until Sunday bedtime if I'd done my homework earlier that Sunday. But that's what it was like, so I didn't really lose out that much. I played half as much Atari 800, 800 XL games from my friend, who I used to go around every Saturday, the whole afternoon, possibly sometimes on the Sunday. It really depended what we were doing. I played loads of games, and I actually played this before it was released as Rescue on Fractalus. It was originally called Behind the Jaggy Lines, because of the jagged nature of the pillars on the front windows on your spaceship there. It was a joke. Never mind what it says. You should watch the Lucasfilm history video. Very good, with David Fox. Definitely recommend that. So there's a lot of me going on and on now, talking rubbish, not playing games, and I can't edit these out because I'm not going to edit anything. Everything is just going to be upscaled digitally to 1280 from 960 at 29 frames per second, because that's what my camera records at, and uploaded to YouTube, which does actually support 29 frames per second. But either way, there is no laptop or PC screen that actually supports. Oh, we got Coco there by the camera. Buddy, no. Look at all those lovely shades of green and... No! Bloody hell. Now I dropped my controller. Yeah, I think things are still alright with the camera. Luckily, oof, I got bits of cardboard on the box. Coco, no, leave the camera alone. Naughty girl. So yeah, all these bits are going to have to stay in here now. Oh no, we've got another cat. Shh, Jonesy. Shh. Remove the cardboard now. You dig. Now the camera definitely moved. My eyes ain't that good. But anyway, like I was saying, he had like hundreds and hundreds of pirate discs. So if it was on the Atari, we were playing it. And Rescue on Fractalus is one game I played before it was even released. And it is better on the Atari, there is no doubt. The title music is nothing special on either, so the SID chip has no advantage there. The ATARI sound chip is much better for these kind of sound effects. It just is, you'll have to accept that. You know, you try making sound effects for a game on an analog synthesizer like the Roland ProMars, PROMARS, and then you'll understand the difference there, because the SID is basically a Tesco Valley version of the Roland ProMars. If ever there was a simple way to explain it to people in the UK, why the SID is different, that's what it is. Other sound chips are not like that at all. They don't use oscillators, filters and waveforms in the same way, not at all. In fact, I don't think the ATARI sound chip has the same waveforms as the SID. And even the SID is missing the sine wave. You've got triangle, sawtooth, pulse, which is square waves, and noise, which again, noise isn't truly random on the C64, the noise generator. That's why it's not called a white noise generator, it's actually pink noise. Don't ask me why it's called pink. On all the ATARI sound chips and most other sound chips, you do actually get true white noise, which is truly random, static on the CRT goldfish bowl TV type signal, which isn't really truly static at all. On the TV, that's cosmic background radiation being displayed. If there was no cosmic background radiation, then you wouldn't get that static effect on the CRTs. So we're going to have to self-isolate now until we get a vaccine, and because I haven't got a letter from the NHS, because of my age, not being old enough, they don't deem me as a risk. So maybe there'll be no Christmas presents 8 months from now for my family, because I can't leave the fucking house without risking getting this stink fucking disease that could possibly kill me. Hello again, Jonesy. Yeah, this side of the camera's cool, mate. Good boy. Oh, and the other thing is, we're putting all the Retrotronics titles and all that. I have to use a bloody video editor to do that, which means not only do I have to convert the MOV files from the camera recorded at 640 by 480 at 29 frames per second. God damn you. Even though every fucking LCD and plasma display is only capable of 60 Hz, there you go, or 120. Certainly on the PC side, maybe if you get a domestic LCD PAL TV, that's different. But nothing will display 29 frames per second anyway. And phones and tablets and laptops and desktop PCs and Macs do not display 50 frames per second. What's the matter, Jonesy? You're upset because I told you off, buddy? Well, you know, you're being a bit naughty there. So, we used to play these Atari games a lot. So I have almost as much experience with the Atari as I do the C64. Definitely played all the great games and all the good games and all the average games on it, enough. And back in the day, not, you know, fucking 30 years later on an emulator. And ditto with the Amstrad CPC for my other traitor mate who didn't have a C64 after he, yeah, we all know about that incident. And let's go. So using the new keyboard mapping, the star key on Altera, Well, I can't reach the 8 key on here. I think it's this one. Is it this one? So because of the difficulty with the controls, we're having to use a bit of a cheat for the infinite energy. But this is not really about, you know, reviewing Rescue on Fractalus. That was actually going to be my 2000 subscriber special, but I'll probably be dead by the time I get 1150 subscribers anyway, so. Now if I could, I would insert a clip of the canyon sequence in Firefox, or Airwolf when he's flying through the canyons, on the pilot episode to avoid the radar. Yeah, stuff like that. That's what really you were hoping to replicate on games like this and Combat Links on my C64, which is not quite as fast or as spectacular in the scenery as this. And yeah, it's quite simple. You have to pick up a certain number of pilots without being killed, and then you can go back to the mothership once you've done that. So you just fly around the planet. Yeah, sadly this never came out on the ST or Amiga. Yeah, by the time I find which is a bloody key, fuck's sake. Can't see where his ship is, even though it's meant to be right in front of me. So I don't know if we'll see the animation for the little guy. Anyway, S to press, turn off your shields and systems. And then take your finger off the bloody S key and put it on the A key. So you don't accidentally fry him when he's outside the ship by turning the systems on. Exactly. And then you can press the S key. And then you have to increase the speed of the engines, which again is shift star, I believe. It might be shift and 7 if not shift and 8. Yeah, it's just over this ridge there. Yeah, the keyboard is a completely different mapping on this thing. Obviously because it's so small. Right, if you do get an undesirable outcome when you're picking up the pilots that you're supposed to be rescuing, actually you don't have to put the systems on at all. You can just put the engines on and just bug out. So yeah, this is a really beautiful game that really it should have been on the 16 bits instead of all that fucking horseshit mouse based fucking bollocks like Monkey Island. Now maybe I would have played Monkey Island if they'd never actually done this particular game. Now I should be able to see him now. Now when you turn your systems off, they can't actually track you from the turrets. Oh look, the mothership's here, which means you can press B to fire the boosters as soon as you let him in. And off we go to the mothership with our complete complement of downed pilots that we're supposed to rescue. Very Buck Rogers this is, and I've already searched for a clip of Buck Rogers launch sequence. Wasn't happy with what I found, so bollocks, I just remembered the sound only comes out the laptop. There you go. So I never did put the volume down, so you might not have understood a single thing I said. Ah well. Yeah, I'm afraid with things the way they are with Windows 10.1, 10 point bum, because it's a fucking arse fuck, arse raping more like. I didn't give permission for that. Fucking silent update bullshit. Now, have we got anything to eat up here? No, sir. Gonna have to ration my medications. So that means half the number of bloody meals a day, all packed into a 4-5 hour period. Great. Still, it is what it is. Right, we have to get 4 pilots this time. And it won't be just the turrets in a while. You will start to get the attacking enemy craft as well, which, you know, look like UFOs on the scanner. There you go. Now, famously, David Fox and his team, when they designed this game, they didn't put in the shooting aspect. And George Lucas said to them, you know, this is boring if you just flying around looking for pilots, collecting them and then going up with no enemy fire. And David Fox protested. He wanted to keep it as he was, doing, you know, an exploration type rescue game. And George Lucas famously said to him, put the fire button in there or you're fired. Something like that. That's not a direct quote. So that's how this was improved. Now, George Lucas's buddy, Steven Spielberg, was actually quite happy with landing to collect some downed pilots. Ooh, we should be able to get a very nice animation now. Now, the colour of the pilot's helmet is very important. Alien pilots have a different colour to their helmets. So yeah, as I was saying, if this game hadn't been done by Lucasfilm Games, I might have given Monkey Island a chance, and Zack McCracken and all the other bullshit, Neuromancer, Labyrinth, they're all shit, mate. Absolute shit compared to this game. Unless you're a fucking idiot who can't play remotely arcade-like games. So instead of getting this on the 16-bit systems with an improvement in the visuals, yeah, so Lucasfilm Games can fuck off forever after these first 3 Fractal games. And Ballblazer is shit as well. You know, he's bearable in a 2-player game with your best mate or whatever, but as a single player game it's just shit, mate, and it's confusing and rubbish, and you should play Pit Stop 2 if you got a 2-player game that you want to play, or Salamander or something else. So let's take off. You can actually destroy those craft, but I think you get points for it, but yeah, I don't know. it doesn't actually make any difference to the game. It doesn't make it any worse that it doesn't make a difference. It's still a great game. This is one of the most sophisticated 8-bit games that ever came out. And famously, it was written overnight by Lauren Carpenter. Yeah, on the later levels they become a real arsehole. Yeah, this was written by Lauren Carpenter as his first Atari bit of programming, Atari 800. They gave him, he was on loan from ILM after doing Star Trek 2 to Lucasfilm Games for a while. And basically, he took home an Atari 800. He wrote these fractal routines. Here we go. See how much of we can see. Want to see him exit the ship. Do not fire on the ship. You killed a poor bastard. So overnight, he come home the next morning, showed them the code. They were blown away, and they built Restaurant Fractalus around that game engine. Well, just the routines really. Now, it did improve the frame rate a little bit. I don't know who done the C64 conversion of the routine. The C64 version is actually slower. And not just because of the CPU, it probably isn't optimized around the weird way Commodore does the bitmap graphics. So now you have to turn the systems on to fire. And off we go. Fire. So yeah, this game was like written in like pretty much one day by Lauren Carpenter, a 24-hour period worth of coding properly, and he'd never written anything in 6510 machine code. He'd never written anything on the Atari. All he'd done was written fractal mounting routines for Boeing and the aircraft manufacturer on the mainframe computers to generate fractal mountings in the background of the rendered prototype airplane images. Thank you. So yeah, literally, you just go around collecting the pilots on the earlier levels because, you know, you don't get that much resistance. Oh, we lost him there. Now, reverse would be nice, but you don't have reverse. So deal with it, innit? And like I say, if you overshoot a bit, you can actually just, you know, turn the ship 180 degrees while you landed. And is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, it is 7, whatever 7 is. Well, I'm pressing shift and 7. It is 8. Yeah, it's definitely star. So if you crash into mountains, you lose some of your shield, but we've got a trainer on for that, so there you go. Now, the colours do change if you stay on the planet long enough flying around to signify day and night sequences. And actually, because the Atari colour palette is, you know, it's got so many options, 256 or 128 for the original Atari 800 and 400 release, which was later updated. The GTIA. Ah, come on, man. So sometimes you do have to fly over the mountains to get on the other side, but not so much this time. There you go, once it beeps like that, you're good to go, mate, good to go. And that's the last pilot we actually need now, and the mothership is psychic, the mothership pilot is psychic, so you should be able to go to the mothership as soon as you've got all your pilots that you're supposed to collect, your quota for the day. So yeah, using this controller with the remapped cursor keys, which means you have to use the Altera emulator. I can't remember which is the mute button. Is it the one in the middle? No. So yeah, I mean the camera is about 5 foot away from me and from the laptop speakers, so I've got no idea how well my voice is being picked up. That's why I'm messing about with the volume. I mean, we rescued 8 pilots there in hostile enemy territory, so I think we deserve a bit of tea there. So yeah, going back to the business with the fuck up with my medication, which is obviously going to be a monthly fucking thing, because cocksuckers like Lewis Hamilton not paying their taxes and cocksuckers in the government not fucking forcing them to pay enough tax means our health service is a fucking Tesco value national health service. The people who work there are great. I'm really thankful for so many people who actually volunteered to go and help now. People come out of retirement, people from different branches of healthcare. They're all mucking together, that's great, but the actual, you know, resources of our health service, the buildings, the supplies, everything is very limited. Perhaps Lewis Hamilton will get, well actually I heard he did get it, but he'll probably survive. Formula 1 drivers are very healthy bastards, they have to be. So yeah, I'm gonna probably, I've got about, if I do successfully get my medication in the next few days, I'll have about 4.5 months, just under that, worth of medication. So worst comes to worst, we could ration it. And the type of food that's easily available is sugar or carbohydrate based foods, which I can't really have. Fresh fruit and vegetables, you're pretty fucked. You know, you're gonna have to go many times until you get vaccinated to get them. Why is the screen completely cockeyed now? That's not right. What's going on there? Oh, because it's drawing that blue stripe on the side. Right, that is technically part of the screen. And Aslan the naughty boy moved the camera. See that blue stripe next to it? There we go. That's the whole screen that you need to see. So yeah, with the way the video editing and Windows fucking me up has really pissed me off now. I'm not really going to be editing any video files. Certainly not like the Robtech King Size Turd series. It's just, nah, why should I be unhappy using my computer? You know, I'm sorry to the 2 or 3 people that actually watch those videos. Did we miss another pilot? I heard beeping. Yeah, he's off the radar. So I'm going to have to make one more trip to the proper supermarket, you know, Tesco's type supermarket. Now, just like Blue Max, this game is not fun on the easiest level. There's no point playing it on level 1, it's just too easy, except for the first time, just to get used to the controls and stuff. So, you know, I prefer Blue Max on the C64, I'd play it on the Atari, as the exact opposite with this game on the C64. I'd prefer to play it on the Atari, much prefer. But, you know, if I was playing it on real hardware, and I only had it on the C64, then I'd play it on the C64. Which is why I got it for Christmas, whatever it was, along with Ghostbusters, for my C64 as a Christmas present from my sibling. And 2 years before that, I got a Pointmaster joystick and Vic Panic and Cosmiads from Bug Bite Software, I think both of those. For my Vic 20, which I only had very briefly. Thank fuck, I got a C64 at the start of 1983. Brilliant. Nothing wrong with a Vic 20, but it was no C64, mate. Let's go. Alright, so to put the speed down, I think it's shift and minus. I can't find the bloody key to put the engine speed down. Come on, man. It's the other one. So it's it's plus and multiply or asterisk. There you go. The UFOs are a little bit tricky, but they get much harder, so and much more frequent as well. And there we go. There's the pilot we're heading towards. He's not quite in range yet. So, and it will tell you actually, look, if you switch the systems off, pilot is too far away, probably his face will melt. That would be a clip from Raiders of the Lost Ark, due to the atmosphere. There we go. Can we still see the ship? Yeah. It is important to see the ship, and you'll see one day. Yeah, this mini keyboard is fantastic. Hang on, we've got to have a swig of cola after a smoke. Oh man, I just spilled a bit of cola, tiny drop, what a bastard. That's a shame, I haven't connected up the new washing machine yet. Sorry mate, mini keyboard just fell on little Jonesy, who's right next to me. And Coco is right next to him. And Amiga is right next to all of them. They're making a little J on the bed. Don't say human centipede, that's rude. Now the camera's actually almost in the way of the control panel where it tells me how many goddamn pilots I've got to pick up. I think it's 3. Yeah. So many happy memories playing this on the Atari. I don't know what that beeping noise was. Maybe I'm being targeted. That could be it. It does take them more time in the earlier levels to target you. Come on with a green helmet, goddammit. Do not press S when he's out there. Yeah, so going back to the old business with the, you know, the pharmacy, which is part of the British Tesco Value Health Service. Yes, the people there, I'm grateful, very grateful, and full of admiration for those who are still running such essential places, hospitals, doctors, surgeries. You can actually boost to the mothership before you've got all of them, and your energy would be replenished if I wasn't using a trainer. So anyway, I noticed on the door that they were selling face masks, medical grade mesh face masks, for £8 each. So I was thinking I'll just buy 3 of those, one for me, one for my dad, and one more for another family member in case he gets desperate and he has to go out and get some tobacco, or I don't know what he might need. Maybe for the tobacco he's got some filters or papers, you know, just stuff like that. £24 is a small price to pay for peace of mind in these times. Maybe they were £4, £5 before. I don't know if they're any good, so it might give me a bit of a funny look when I actually say, can I have a look at them, or are they the 3M masks, which is what I want. I really want to see if they actually cup your entire nose and mouth properly to make a seal, which is what you need. And you need to be wearing some sort of glasses as well, actually. So just like in the coronavirus diaries picture that I made, you know, you need a mask similar to that but much better, and some sort of protective eyewear. So if you wear big massive glasses like Giovanni Ribisi in My Name is Earl, he was pretending to be someone else there. If you've got massive glasses like that, you're okay. Other than that, you'll need protective glasses as well. Yeah, this keyboard does actually switch off after about 30 seconds to save the battery. On the plus side, you only have to charge it up maybe once a week. Speaking of that, I've got my old mobile phone working, even though I probably won't be driving now, because I've got a fucking puncture that needs filling up probably every few days now, and no one's around to actually repair the fucking punctures. So I'm a bit fucked there, and it's actually, I think it's the rim of the very rare wheels that I have on my car that's not fitting properly. So that needs a really good, you know, mechanic to sort that out. You know, extra glue on there to get the rim to stick. He's done it on the other wheel on the car, so but he's not open at the moment, and who can blame him, sir? The whole of Europe is fucked. 3 billion people are basically isolating. What did I press before then? I pressed L when it said something. Can we see the pilot coming towards us? Not really. That's as good as we're gonna get. I'm not moving. Let's go. Yeah, for me to hear the sound effects well, I have to have the volume higher because I'm 5 foot further away than the camera's microphone to the TV. But you know, this just shows that I didn't check if I got extra points there. But I used to do it all the time anyway. So yeah, this just shows, you know, you don't actually have to have genuine real hardware. If you're going to be using an LCD, you might as well use emulators and a controller you're happy with. And that's all there is to it, mate. Yeah, we go with 2. 2 is not too fast to miss the landing points. Oh, we only need one more pilot. I must admit, I'm really enjoying playing this game. The way the cursor keys are set out on this keyboard, it is actually very similar. Very similar to a joypad, the D-pad on a joypad. Hey, where did he go, man? I just done 180. Ah, come on. It's got to be around here somewhere. Is he over here somewhere? Where is he? Well, there's another one. We'll go for that one. There's more pilots than there needs to be, really, for your quota. So I can just imagine that basically you'd go out in a fleet of rescue pilots in the Valkyrie, I believe it is. Now there is something you could do, which we did used to do sometimes, just for the sake of it, and that would be not to open the airlock, and you know, the human outside would be fucked, absolutely fucked. But the actually, I'm not going to tell you what happens. I'll just do it next time. So be fire boosters, get up there on the mothership, madcommodore. So yeah, I'm going to have to go to the supermarket. Very loud, the sound, very loud, as Rain Man never said famously. So yeah, I'm going to have to go to the proper supermarket as well. And that's something I have to do really early. I don't want to be standing around loads of people, and there's going to be loads of queues. Even though the one I'm going to is quite expensive, and most people, you know, within a 1 mile, 2 mile radius of this particular supermarket don't really spend that sort of money. They'll go to Asda or Aldi or Lidl, places like that generally. It's still quite busy, so I don't want to be stuck outside in the queue for ages catching a chill. Got enough problems with fucking Domestos antibacterial bleach spray hitting my fucking skin, and now it's gone not very nice, sir. However, I don't complain like modern Formula 1 pilots, and I just get on with it. So here we are, we're rescuing the people. It's the least I could do. And I think after that, I'm just not gonna fucking go. Fuck this shit, man. It's going to be a long time before you see me outside, and I won't be able to visit my parents for at least 2 weeks. I've made it totally clear that I'm deadly serious, that they must not leave the house. If they need anything, they must let me know, and I will, you know, get something that they need from the shops. If he wants me to check his account, I can do that. He'll just give me his card and I'll go and do that at a cash machine. If he wants to like take money out of one and put it in another, do that as well. Not really sure what the bank situation is going to be with that. You're not supposed to give your PIN number out. Oh, I nearly shot him. Poor bastard. I had my fucking fire button on the control key there. So we'll just leave this now. So, yeah, I do need to go and get certain vegetables and fruits. Well, you could tell what was going to happen. I didn't want to kill the poor geezer there. So you line your shot up, bish bash bosh. There you go. And again, I didn't check the fucking score. What a knob. You knob, madcommodore. Yeah, I've got other things on my mind, mate. My fucking computer's deathly infected with a shit latest update, probably cumulative, more like come fucking cocksuckers, Microsoft. And no, it's shift, not control. Yeah, look how beautiful the you know, the valleys and the canyons are here. I could be in the Scottish Highlands, mate. There we go. The landing sequence on Captain Blood on the 16 bits was inferior to this, mate. Fucking hell, we're getting hammered here. See, you do actually get hammered here. Luckily, the collision detection is very generous. Must be a spread bomb. Hello, Second Aslan. Hello, mate. This is Slimland. Because he's very slim. Oh, you want to sit on me? It's a good thing I've still got another roll up then. But what happens when the camera hits 59 minutes and 59 seconds? Don't get too comfy, mate. I've got no idea what the camera situation is. Not the battery records about an hour and a half's worth. Never turns off the LCD screen while you're recording, which is a bit stupid. Yes, I've put it in the most economical mode, it still doesn't do it. Probably inspired by Microsoft Windows options. So yeah, we're going to have to buy certain fruits and make jams. I need no, Claudia, shh, Claudia, don't push the cardboard. Oi, shh. How am I supposed to rescue the downed pilot? I bet Hawk from Buck Rogers season 2 didn't have this problem. Hey! Shh! Bloody hell. Right, camera went off. Jonesy was on me. Yeah, I don't really care if people think my videos are shit quality. No one new would ever subscribe to my channel for these videos. But at least the number of subscribers has stopped going down every time I fucking upload one of these videos I talk on. Now I basically record these for myself because while I'm playing these games I remember things. And it's all about the memories. Playing these 8-bit games is all about the memories. If you didn't play them back in the day, in the last century, then really, you shouldn't really have an opinion about them that you want me to take seriously. Yeah, no. Now Claudia now wants to sit on me. Ah, bloody hell. It's really putting me off my game, and the difficulty has actually started to ramp up. You can't really play on the slowest speeds. So there was a pilot around here, so you can effectively fly around the planet. See, there he is, and he's just there. Now, not all the pilots are human, so it's important for the sake of these videos I'm recording, that you can see the pilots running towards you. Oh, that's not the one, right. So we've turned too much, so it's down here somewhere. Because there was another pilot, here we go. Oh, look how close we are. Woo! It's a bit like the Star Trek shuttlecraft, which famously was only built to 75% scale. All the batteries flashing on this keypad, so we're a bit fucked here now. Oh, it's not flashing now that I pressed the key. So I'll have to try and limit the key presses now. That brings me back to another thing on my mobile phone. My mobile phone, superior to the first iPhone, it's a different phone. It does all the same things, exactly the same as the first iPhone. And yeah, it's from an earlier time when you're supposed to charge your phone up every night, which people seem to forget. There's nothing wrong with the battery on it. Should last you a day. I don't know if it would last long enough ringing the vehicle recovery service of your choice. I'm not going to promote any particular one. So yeah, I've got that up and running too. But like I said, because I've got a bit of a slow puncture going on with the tyres, I can't really be driving the 10 miles to my parents. So, look, we've got 2 pilots here and we only need to collect 3 more. Usually when there's ships in close proximity, one of them will be the enemy craft because they've shot each other down. And I can't be bothered to use a video editor and put in a clip of Hawk and Buck Rogers dueling it out in their respective spacecraft. Thank you. Now the actual game only says pilot in range. You want to make sure the helmet is white. It's very... Oh, actually there's 3 colours for the helmet. And 2 of them are okay, 1 of them is not okay. And you'll know if it's a particular one, because you would have picked up Chris Barry. That's all I'm going to say on that one. So yeah, there's another one here. So that's the lovely thing about this game. You are flying around a completely rendered landscape. It's not random or anything. And again, you know, let's remember this was written in 1 day. Fucking Microsoft have been at it for fucking 3.5 decades, mate, and they still can't get it right. Chunky Lamb, why are you licking my fucking elbows? I've got coronavirus. Fucking hope not. Yeah, only 1 more pilot to get. We're doing well here. And the important thing is I'm having fun. And for those people who click on these videos and you know, click off after about fucking 5-10 seconds, well fuck you mate, you are a cocksucker. Go on to one of them shitty Patreon prick channels. This is too good for you. Your host is too experienced and intelligent. So yeah, carry on mate. The rest of us here, we'll just carry on enjoying this shit. Well yeah, I'm pressing the button. Don't tell me I've got to charge this shit up again. Yeah, I don't think the keyboard is working properly at the moment. Yeah. Yes, wireless. So it's convenient to have the wireless controller, but I have actually been using it on the laptop to watch the crappy Sky News Live which I don't like because it's just a bunch of people in their fucking bedrooms on low quality webcams. At least the BBC News 24, they have some people that are outside in the real world and some clips of what's happening actually outside these people's bedrooms. Yeah, see that particular beeping noise is when they're fucking locking onto you, so we need to be heading somewhere else, mate. But unlike real life, we've got unlimited energy, mate. So yeah, it's annoying that I have to put the projector on to watch BBC News 24 live. Because my Freeview, because of all the fucking hurricanes, doesn't pick up that channel anymore. And yes, nobody is actually running a business that can actually sort that out for me. And because my house is 40 foot high, I'm not getting up on no fucking 40 foot in the air to turn the aerial fucking 3 or 4 degrees to get that channel. Bollocks. I'll have to find a network cable and connect the TV directly to the router for the broadband and watch it from there, thank you. Although, probably knowing the BBC, the incompetent fucking cocksuckers, they'll probably stop my TV from accessing, you know, BBC iPlayer live business. I bet you any money that is the case. We'll see when I find the network cable. There was a time when I'd know exactly where the network cables are. Now I can only remember one. Yeah, the keyboard's going now. Maybe if I tap it, that seems to work with Duracell batteries. Come on, little buddy. Yeah, so you just press B to boost up back to the mothership in orbit as soon as you collected the last pilot. I don't think the cockpit changes to black on the C-64. It's no time for a smoke, madcommodore. The batteries are going on your flight controls. So yeah, I bought some frozen veg, but I can't make my own veggie mince that I do make unless I have cauliflower. Because you use the outside knobbly bits of the cauliflower for that. I don't do the soya mince, thank you. That's for fucking idiots. Or corn. Now mate, if there's an alternative that actually grows out the ground naturally by Mother Nature, then we'll go with that one, thank you. I might have to go up one more for the speed. Yeah, I mean the beauty of the game is literally just the flying around the predefined map that is not randomly generated. You can actually fly back to the same canyons if you want. You find a nice section to fly through, you know, just to pass the time as a kid, because you had to get the maximum out of your games. In the early days there weren't that many C64 games. I mean, the C64 in the UK actually took a while for, you know, the releases to start coming out. Not like their putrid Spectrum, sir. There was plenty of Spectrum games in 1982. Damn it, I thought the helmet was a different colour. What's going on? Now I'm going to have to charge up this piece of shit again. But because the Hibernate takes fucking half an hour on Windows, yeah, I'm going to talk about Windows again. Bollocks. When you resume from a hibernate session, takes Windows longer to fucking finish whatever it's doing. Half an hour it takes now. Then to fucking turn on a Commodore 64 and load in the original Manic Miner, which was saved with the standard Commodore loader onto the tape, which was basically a C60, 30 minutes worth of tape on each side, which took more than 25 minutes to load. And I know that because I used to play my fucking homework, play the game after doing my homework. And what the fuck is the use of a hibernate session that doesn't fucking come back in the same amount of time? And what the fuck is anti-malware protection doing running after a hibernation? Immediately, when the machine needs all that fucking hard drive bandwidth. Fuck you. And fucking Windows has now removed the group policy editor, so I can't even stop that. So all the hacks I had to reduce the amount of updates is now gone. So now I have to switch off the fucking Wi-Fi. So there's no internet connection unless I want to do something on the internet. So if I'm actually, watching DVDs or Blu-rays or stuff like that, then I don't fucking need the internet, mate. Bollocks. That's me sorted. If I want to watch Fringe, there's no reason for the internet to be on. For fucking dirty Microsoft to fucking give me some fucking even more fucked up version of their already fucked up operating system. It's going to be a bit tricky because the finger to use the shift key. Let's go for a bit of maximum speed flying. I don't know how long the batteries on the wireless keyboard, mini keyboard are going to last. That's pretty good. System's off as soon as possible, mate. Yeah, speaking of happier things, yeah. You know, I'm very happy playing this on Altera emulator with this controller. I hope the batteries don't go before the camera batteries go. Battery technology is shit. If you've got an electric car, you're a knob. Oh, hang on, there's a Patreon prick with a BMW i3, that hideous piece of shit, that famously they had to add a diesel generator and a diesel fuel tank to extend the range more than a fucking amount that a fucking slug will go in one fucking day. It's funny because that particular Patreon prick looks like a fucking slug as well. Let's go. Well, it's showing me another fucking vehicle here, but there's nothing here. Oh, is that a bug? There's a turret further up. You haven't had too many... See, if you go too slow, you get zapped. But you know what? Fuck it. I've got unlimited fucking energy. Go, and once the systems are off, they can't track you. So yeah, you don't need a real Atari 800 with a real cartridge or disc copy of this game, or even cassette, to know that this is a fucking brilliant game on the Atari. If the millennials have done their job, fucking failures, and carried on improving technology as fast as we did, Generation X and the generations before, then the batteries might last long enough for me to play this all day, which I would do actually, even though it's not on a Commodore machine. I wouldn't play this on WinVice. Not because there's anything wrong with WinVice, But simply because the Atari version is better and the Atari emulator is just fine. Yeah, the battery light stopped flashing now, so I don't know what's going on with that. If you use the mouse pad, the battery does actually run out really quickly. Way too far. It's like steering the Titanic, that is. Yeah, the UFOs just fly over you if you landed, but the turret. Oh, yeah, you go. It's the ace rimmer. It's the ace hole. The ace hole commander, asshole commander. Let him in. Now, correctly, he's only worth one person. That is correct. Just having a gaseous swig of my roll up there. Sorry, mate. Yeah, they're tracking me. I don't know if weaving about actually helps you here. Changing altitude does. I don't know if weaving left and right does. So we've got to get 2 more pilots before our infinite energy is drained. Oh well, the enemy can't drain my fucking thing. And to show you just how useless the fucking millennials are, there's a ship there and there's a ship here, so we'll go for this one. You know, the coronavirus 19, that is actually able to survive outside its natural environment it was designed to live in, i.e. inside a living creature, for, 3 days. And how long can human beings last without a spacesuit on Mars? It isn't 3 days, mate. And that's exactly where the clip of Arnold Schwarzenegger's eyes bulging out on Mars at the start of Total Recall would go, if I was editing this video. Which I might do, because now I have to charge up this piece of shit. And maybe I'll watch a bit of the news. Ring my parents and one of their grand siblings in there, see how they're getting on. Actually no, we need to turn around, didn't we? I should have just put the systems on. There he is. All time that just right. Systems off. There you go. Can't track me. Pilot in range. And we still haven't got to see an alien pilot. Oh well. Battery light's not flashing on the camera though. Funny thing is, I saw an alien pilot earlier than this, so this could be the cartridge version. Cartridge version has less levels, but you get the advantage of not having to have a disk drive, and they're fucking expensive on the Atari 800, so you might as well pay a bit extra. Now I do have to have this game and Star Raiders 2 and another game which I can't remember in brand new sealed condition. Thank you. And I'll never open them because I'll just use a crap copy of the games on a real Atari. There's no need to open them. If I find a cheap cartridge copy of any of those games, Dark Chambers was the other one, which is like Gauntlet, then I would actually buy them loose just so I could play them, but I wouldn't break the seal just to play it on real hardware. No, that's just wrong. If you can't afford 2 copies of the game, then do not buy a sealed copy and then open it. And do not fucking do a fucking video of doing that as well on YouTube. I'm just going to thumb you down. Yes, I know it adds to your popularity, but I get to thumb down. And speaking of thumbs down, you know anyone who's on Facebook is a prick, because Facebook doesn't have a thumbs down, only has thumbs up. Everyone gets a prize, bullshit from millennials. That's why I invented the word cocksucker, spelt with a Z, because that defines all the cocksuckers who fucking love that Zuckerberg shit. Everything he does is shit, mate, and if you don't agree, you're a cocksucker. And that doesn't mean you're a homosexual. That's a generic term as used by Mike Strutter. Thank you. So actually what you do when you got all your pilots, you put your engines up to the max. Oh no, the controller's gone. I can't change the fucking speed on anything. There we go. Right, the controller's flashing. What a bastard. Straight into the mountain. There's probably a clip of that somewhere in Firefox. Can I be bothered? No. I fucking hate using my computer now. Because of fucking Microsoft and the cocksuckers who bought Microsoft in the 80s. You motherfuckers. Why didn't you buy an Amiga, you dumb cunts? Or an Archimedes, or an Atari Mega ST, ST, Falcon. There are many options, mate. But of course all the dumb wankers kept buying the fucking dirty stink Microsoft and Apple shit. Now I can't be bothered to put in the clip of Control Your Anger. Well, if it wasn't for the battery, I would have pressed the systems off in time. I wonder if we'll get an enemy pilot now. God damn it, where's the enemy pilot? So, well. So, now I can talk about the ATARI. Now, the ATARI cannot get 16 colours on a horizontal line next to each other as easily as the C64. But the ATARI can do 4 colours on the line, the same as a standard C64, without colour RAM being used, which are the shit games like Paperboy on the C64. Anyway, the extra colours are the sprite. The background should be 16 colours or whatever, but they're limited to like 3 and whatever the background is as well. Rubbish. But that's the beauty of the C64. In multicolour mode, you can have 16 colours and high res mode, but that's sort of ZX Spectrum attribute clash kind of thing. And that's just without using a single sprite. But for the ATARI, getting more than about 7 or 8 colours on a line is very difficult, actually. So that's the real difference. So yes, the ATARI does have 256 or 128 colour palette, but it cannot put as many colours on the screen. Which is why you basically get 5 shades of gold and 5 shades of grey on the C64 effectively. You've got 3 shades of yellow or orange, 3 shades of grey, but only 2 shades of blue, 2 shades of red, 2 shades of green, and 1 shade of purple, and 1 shade of cyan. Camera battery light is flashing now. So there are some games. This is the Atari 8-bit computer's equivalent of Shadow of the Beast on the Amiga 1000, which just proves, you know, if you write to the hardware, you will come up with a game design that will only be perfect on that particular machine. Do not listen to cocksuckers that tell you Shadow of the Beast on the PC Engine is better. It's not, mate. And the CD soundtrack is rubbish as well. So, minus a billion bonus points for that, sir. In fact, if I could be bothered, I'd I put the Amiga soundtrack from floppy disks, turn them into audio tracks, and stick them on a CD and replace the shit ones that come with a PC Engine CD soundtrack. Rant over so we can go back to higher volumes. But that's really the difference, and that's why Rescue on Fractalus and Coronis Rift are better on the Atari. Now the Eidolon, they improved the rendering speed of the fractals on the C64, so it's about the same speed as on the Atari. So if you like the Eidolon, you don't need an Atari. But Rescue on Fractalus and Coronis Rift, Atari all the way, mate. And that's from me, Mad Commodore. It's not someone hijacking my channel. So yeah, we're going to have to put this thing on charge, I think. Oh, he's over there on that side of the mountain. I think we flew past one. We're going to get zapped any second now. I'm surprised they haven't fired their death ray at me. So I think we flew past a different pilot, didn't we? No, he's the same one. Is it? Is it the same one? Well, we'll find out. 5 pilots to go. Will Mad Commodore make it before the battery runs out? Yeah, take your finger off the S for systems key and put it on the A key as soon as you've got the systems off, mate. So there's one over there too. Oh, this is quite good. 2 for the price of 1. Yeah, that's a white helmet, so that's a regular human pilot. I'm pretty sure the enemy pilots have the same white helmets. I'm not sure now, actually. That's why it's such a surprise when that thing happens. I'm not going to tell you, and you won't get to see it, so tough shit, mate. So I'd go with, you know, 4 out of 8 on the engine speed on these sort of levels. Makes it difficult to land, but they're less likely to target you. Again, we've got the ace hole. Fucking purple bellend, mate. That says it all, he's a knob. Come on then. I'm only letting you in, even though you're a fucking cocksucker, because I need the quota so I can actually finish my shift, innit? Yeah, the batteries on the keyboard are getting a bit iffy now. Oh, we can't actually see. Oh, they do look a little bit like Viper, Battlestar Galactica Vipers from this distance. I think that's what I would have liked as a kid. Oh, we're doing quite well. We might make it to level 10 before the battery runs out. I'm pressing the A key, mate. Goddamn controller nearly killed the pilot, that's rude. Perfect example of how millennials are causing death with a coronavirus. Yeah, a little bit less speed. It's a bit tricky to do the keys. Is it Windows losing the connection because the battery's not fucking flashing on this shit? No, it's gone now, it's completely gone. Nothing I press on the keyboard is doing anything. and the battery light's flashing on the camera. Now it tells me sticky keys. Fuck off, mate. Where's the Alt key? Alt and Enter, come on. There we go. So I don't know if it's Windows fucking up here. Probably is, even though this is XP. The last version of Windows anyone should be fucking using. And supporting. Fuck everyone who says otherwise. You need 700 megahertz to play a DVD on Windows Vista and above, and you only need 333 megahertz to do the same on a Windows XP laptop. Sorry mate, these are the facts. I'm sorry that some people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Oh man, there's no ships anywhere now. We cleared out this area. We only need one more pilot. Right, we need to bug out. Yeah, all those people that laughed at the preppers, they're fine now. They got 2 years worth of fucking food and water. There are no pilots anywhere here, wow. Yeah, it's really fun to fly around the ATARI version at maximum speed. The C64 version's alright, but you know, at maximum speed it does get a bit choppy. The difference in the frame rate, you know, it does affect your enjoyment a little bit. But like I said, if all you had was a C64, and back then you couldn't have a C64 and an Atari 800 unless your parents were very well off. Just having one of those two, they'd have to be quite well off, I reckon. Or you'd have to work for the money yourself. Why did you come out the canyons, madcommodore? Yeah, see, being in the canyons does help. But I had to change direction, we need another pilot. So maybe on the later levels there is no extra pilot. Well, I might as well shoot some stuff then. I'm trying to save the battery. Battery on the camera. Yeah, that beeping sound you hear is just them locking onto you. Jesus Christ, where's this fucking pilot? Fantastic effects. I'm going to enjoy watching this back on the projector. I was playing Downhill Dominator on the CRT downstairs for the PS2 review that I recorded. See, I'm not sure if I missed a pilot there, I heard a beeping. We're going so fast though now. But yeah, I watched the videos obviously of Downhill Dominator to stitch them together on my projector, and it's like, wow, I need to get the PS2 onto the projector. It gave you vertigo, mate. Brilliant. When the shops open again, everyone should buy themselves a 350 quid Optoma, no other make, projector. Do not buy a fucking 4K piece of shit projector from a different brand. If you can't afford one from Optoma, you're fucked. It's quality, not fucking resolution quantity. 720p HD projector is absolutely fine, mate. I can't find the other pilot, you know that? And the battery's gonna go. What a cliffhanger! Will madcommodore make it back to finish his shift so he can have some hot chocolate on the mothership? Who knows, sir? Who knows? Oh, there's a pilot there. Hang on a minute. Ooh! And again, we're back. And unfortunately, the system did not survive. What do you expect? Fucking Windows. Real Atari would have no problem, sir. Right, where's the fucking F2 key in the dark? There we go, eventually we found all the keys. All the keys! What the hell's going on with this camera in it? Ah, for fuck's sake. There we go. That'll have to do. Yeah, keep firing away, you cocksuckers. Thank you. So we're back again, and as you can see, this is level 10 now, and I did get to level 10, obviously, because I've got unlimited energy. We couldn't carry on the score, obviously, but it doesn't really matter in this case. Oh, buddy. That's absolute guesswork, that was. Now, will we be able to see the A and S key? Right, we have to keep our finger on the A key now. At least I can see the lighter. Hang on a minute, we have to swap the old finger button in it. Coco, naughty girl, oi! Shh, naughty girl. So I'm bored of watching the news. 1,500 people dead in 3 days. This country's fucked, mate. Perhaps now them fucking cocksucker chavs will fucking stay at home. Oof. Let's see, what do we need now? Shift and 8. One of these is shift. There we go. And as I successfully, correctly predicted, I should say, this does look fantastic on the projector. Fuck No Man's Land, mate. This is better than No Man's Land. It's better than fucking Elite Dangerous. If you're playing shit like that, I won't be watching those videos. S, there we go. You know what, it's a good thing it is a human pilot, because I took my finger off the fucking A button, so I've got no idea. Yeesh. So yeah, with unlimited energy, obviously it's very easy. Ooh, sharp shooting mad Commodore there. Should put a clip of Wanted with the sniper rifle at the beginning. So yeah, actually, let's land for a second. Got to finish me stink roll up. I had 2 roll ups, one behind each ear, and I look like the fucking front of the all-terrain armoured transport from Empire Strikes Back. One of the most iconic model designs for a sci-fi film ever. And you would have thought 40 years later the real thing would exist, but no. The piece of shit replicas in the Star Wars land that Disney are building are fucking made out of solid fucking steel poles all welded together. Fuck you, Disney, you got all that money. You're telling me you can't make a fucking AT-AT that walks? You fucking cocksuckers. Fucking Disney wankers. Go and make another Frozen, you fucking millennial cocksuckers. Losers. So what is Mad Commodore having on the space station? Well, what was he having? After a very stressful level 9 shift. Yes, I said shift, not shit. That was last week, mate. You have to say that in advance so they don't fight. And it doesn't always work. And I haven't got the wireless doorbell button with me, which usually puts them off fighting, puts them off guard. They can't stand those fucking ColecoVision square waves. There's a gap in the banisters, and the banister rails are fucking very wide. A surveyor wouldn't pass them without comment. So it really is for their own good. You need to distract them if they're thinking of having a fight. But getting back to the important question, what the hell was I having before the camera moved slightly out of position? Oh, actually I can still see the sparkly bits on the end. Well, on the mothership they do a fantastic stale baguette with cheese, cheddar cheese imported all the way from Earth, and minestrone soup from the machine, insert clip from Red Dwarf. So there's that. I also had some pomegranates, and I put them in my pocket of my flight jacket, which I imagine would look like the Battlestar Galactica jackets. Brown suede never goes out of fashion. Unless you've got no taste, mate, and in that case you're fucked. So yes, I didn't have my fucking tablets, I just remembered. Bollocks. So we might do the half-hour video first, stop the camera, run and get 2 tablets, sweep them down with the cold coffee that's left over. Actually no, I've got some sparkling spring water. And I only have sparkling spring water, not because I'm a toff or I'm a fucking pretentious wanker, because I have lemon juice every day, and it's the easiest way to fucking consume the lemon juice by squeezing half a lemon into each bottle of sparkling spring water. Hey, what are you doing? No, shh. There is no stale packet. Crap. Bollocks. Start again. And I can't see the fucking, oh yeah, the top row is the F key. Damn you, night blindness. Damn you to hell. Yeah, so I put extra tobacco in my roll up, and yeah, I wouldn't say it's worth the effort. Now, if you are going to self-isolate and you need to conserve tobacco, then may I suggest drying out your tobacco? Then when you roll it up, be normal size. We're getting targeted. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know the secret about making your tobacco last longer. Yeah, just leave it out to dry. And then when you roll them up, they'll be bigger with less tobacco. You see? It is a bit harsher, and don't fucking smoke anyway. I cannot be responsible for other people smoking. Yeah, I'm having to press the keys in the dark at the moment, so there is that. And that's why the bloody thing reset. and we're not going to see the pilot now. And now in my luck, it'll be not the kind of pilot you want. There we go. So not the top row, the other row, about here somewhere. Yeah, here's a bit of a slight problem using this thing in the dark. But then you need to be sitting by your ATARI anyway to play this game, so I won't be able to connect a real ATARI to the projector anyway. So now I did notice that the video quality was almost like smeary VHS sort of quality. That's because the laptop is outputting 720p. Let's check the helmet for future reference. That's not a disgusting double entendre, sir. I have to be careful not to press the wrong bloody key now. Right, which one's the fucking shift key? Here we go. Might as well have a bit more speed. Nothing wrong with a bit of extra speed. Within the speed limit. Yeah, so it does have a kind of like VHS quality to it. Because the laptop is only outputting 720p and the TV is 1080p. So that kind of gives it a soft image. Wait. Oh, look. Tense moment. Is it going to be a human pilot? Now, if I accidentally fry one of them, that's because I'm using a keyboard in the dark. Just so you know. And it'd help if I stop pressing Control and 8 and press Shift and 8. So yeah, it does give it a nice authentic VHS kind of look. Because it's an LCD and it's in 720p mode. I wish it wouldn't do that thing with a bloody death rate. Buggers up the frame rate. Wait, stop it, I'm in the canyons, leave me alone. You fucking cocksucker. Ah, come here, mate. Yeah, see, there's turrets everywhere now. There you go. You only have to get them within a certain distance of them, and you'll get them. As long as there's nothing in front of them. Yeah, the game would be over by now. But it's no fun constantly restarting the game. If I had a hacked version of Blue Max, we'd be playing that as well, so. Systems off, screw you mate. Stealth mode innit. And I keep putting my finger on the A button. But if it's not a human pilot, you don't want to open the airlock. They'll kill you innit. Right, shift and 8 key again. Now we're facing the wrong way now. Oh look, UFO going through the... Hey, there was another one. Yeah, there he is. Maybe if we hug the ground, they won't get us as easily. One of these keys here. Trouble is I won't be able to see the pilot, but I'm not sure the actual head of the pilot is the helmet is actually a different colour for the aliens. I don't think it is actually. That would ruin the surprise for you. Yeah, you're a bit too much of an easy target when you go at a speed of 1. However, I'm having enough trouble using these tiny buttons on this mini keyboard in the dark slot. There we go, it's on now. Ooh, another pilot, we're doing well. And we should be able to see this one. There we go. I'm surprised I haven't seen the alien yet. I mean, we've done like 6 levels. There's something weird going on here. On the C64, I'm sure I saw an alien early on. Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, I have to admit. Not scary, but it was a surprise. It's quite cool actually. That's why I don't want to say any more about that. I thought there was a thing on there. I must have blown it up. And that's what happens there. But I'm doing James T. Kirk reprogramming of the simulation there, thank you. I don't believe in no-win scenarios. So the pilots are a bit thin on the ground, I have to say, on the later levels. And you do get zapped more, but the UFOs aren't quite kamikaze just yet. I do actually like the little scanner on the bottom in the middle. What's going on, man? There was a fucking pilot ship there. Somewhere, it could be on the mountain, which is where the other one was. There we go. See, they're not necessarily on the lowest point. They could have crashed anywhere. Motherfucker, where's the L key? Jesus Christ. This is for young people with very young retinas, so. No, I won't be able to see him there. We must be on the cliff. Alright, we'll have to risk it. No biscuits today though. Right, so I'm on the A key, but I don't press the A key unless it says pilot. What does it say actually? Doesn't say anything. You'll know if it's an alien, don't you worry about that one, mate. Ooh, B for boosters. I wonder if I've turned the colours off for day-night, or if they were actually an extra. Because the trainer at the start of this, if you press space, it resets, which is a bit weird. You have to press enter on the keyboard to actually start the game loading. So I may have pressed space at the wrong time, but it has left the infinite energy. Well, I have done the day and night colours on the ATARI, so you can check that out on my channel, not a Patreon prick. Stop going to them. It's embarrassing the way you go to these Patreon pricks. And of course the people who do that, actually, oh no, Coco, forget the camera, will you? So we're at level 11 now. Coco, I don't like you being that close to the camera. Good girl. We're on the A key, I think. We're on the A key. You rack up a lot more points on the higher levels. But what the points make? No, not prizes. They make fuck all. To me, I couldn't give a shit about the points. We're here to enjoy the game, sir. Madam. Don't know why I said madam. Apart from Jerry Ellsworth, no other women have ever subscribed to my channel. Ever. Yes, that Jerry Ellsworth. Very, very nice lady, actually. I hope her augmented reality thing is going well, actually. I know they hit their Kickstarter, but I haven't really followed that up. Jesus Christ, 1, 2, 3. So the L key is only 3 keys up. Right, so we can see. I really just want to see if the alien pilots also have white helmets like the human ones. They definitely have the same clothes on. The same orange jumpsuits. In you get, mate, hurry up, will you? And wipe your feet, you motherfucker. Actually, I won't be able to find the key to slow down now, so we'll have to deal with this sort of speed now. Ooh, I think the heating's gone on. Yeah, it's a shame the day-night business is not on, so I don't know if the set colours option is actually to fix the colours to make the game easier. Because at night, yeah, I think when we do the next part of the video, I think we're going to have to restart the actual game, and we'll just start on whatever level we were. And I'll put the light on so I know I'm pressing the keys, even though the trainer changes some colours while it's doing it. Alright, you can bet your arse the other pilot is either behind the mountain or on it. See, I can't find the bastard now, he was over there somewhere. God damn it. Yeah, you'd never be able to play this game like this. Look how many turrets there is already. I can't believe another 560 odd people are dead today because of that stink virus. And there is a oh, maybe the pilot ones don't actually come up on the radar. Ooh, look at that. A key, A key, A key, A key, B key. Right. I'm gonna go and have to have my tablet, so it's Pool City for you, boy. Oh, actually, I think the camera's moved a bit, has it? Yeah, that'll do, boy. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, this game doesn't really allow you to have swigs of whiskey or bowls of porridge while you're playing it. However, when you're landed and the systems are off, it is effectively a pause mode. Nothing's going to happen. The mothership might come in to orbit. Should you move the camera, you little shit? No. And yeah, you can get on with having your baguette, your stale baguette. Top tip, if you have cup of soup, make the cup of soup and then keep heating it in the microwave for like 15 seconds at a time, starting off with 30 seconds if it's gone a bit cold by the time you make your baguette, and stirring it, and it will thicken up. Won't taste any better, but it will thicken up. So that's what I did. I think I'm going to have to add cup of soup to my list of 6-month dinner options. Bloody hell, there's like 6 cats in here at the moment. You wouldn't know it. Well, you would, because you can hear poor Boots' deviated septum, bless him. He got flu when he was just a kitten. I don't know how that happened, because none of my other cats had flu for more than a year, and I hadn't touched anyone else's pets. My parents don't have pets, and I don't know anyone up here, mate. And my reseller mate hasn't been round. Oh, he hasn't sold his CDTV yet. So yeah, it's very serious at the moment in the UK. You know, just 1, 2, 3, the figures from just 72 hours ago, I guess, more than that. Let's say 4 days ago, the figures from 4 or 5 days ago were like less than half of what's going on at the moment for the last 2 days. And the figures 3 days before that were again half of, oh, these are a bit weird, these graphics. The choice of the colours for the colour cycling is actually quite interesting. Clearly they didn't put any AI to put some tasteful colours. I mean, some of them look downright bloody TRS-80 or even Mattel Aquarius. Mattel Aquarius is a horrible computer, horrible. If you have to have a cheap shit computer, then fucking buy a 50 quid ZX81. Because the ZX81, alright, not back then, but today, it does actually have Manic Miner. That's very Dragon 32. Bloody hell, man. I've made balsa wood models at school that are fucking softer than these stale baguettes. What the hell's going on, man? Fuck's sake. Dip the old baguette in there. Make it more like bread, less like bits of fucking oak. Boot, no, not you as well, come on. What is it with cats and bloody cameras, man? When you want to actually film them, they're nowhere to be seen. Actually, I don't like taking pictures of my cats with digital cameras, because the files can get lost, corrupted, anything can happen. That's why I have pictures of the first 4 cats of this generation on the Fuji Instax wide, which is it's pretty much the same actual area as the original Polaroid, but it's in a sort of 16:9 shape instead of 4:3 shape. which is good if you're getting the cat sideways, but not good if they're sitting up. Not you as well. Come on. Shh. Shh. Thank you. Very, very dodgy. Ah, I think it's the chili peppers in this shit. Oops. I forgot to mention another way of improving minestrone soup is to put some nice Mexican flavourful chili powder. Well, they're not quite as fine as chili powder. Chili powder is like plaster dust. If you inhale that, it'll probably kill you. And I don't mean the plaster dust, although that might do as well. Especially if it's 50 years old. Right, that's too hot at the bottom there. Baguette right next to me. Eat! Right, system on. You have to remember the wireless keyboard needs an actual key press to come back to life after 30 seconds of hard work. What do you expect, like millennial designer, innit? Based it on his own working ethic. Camera is not your toy, mate, it's my toy. I'm pressing the fucking A key. Obviously. Well, this bloody key is fucking Windows driver, innit? Written by some knob, probably. What the hell was that all about? This is not the night to make videos, I can tell. I've got no idea what they're doing. Yeah, I think we overdid it a bit on the old chilies there, mate. Woo, good old Mexicans. They know what they're talking about with the old art of the chili. So, lots of bullshit cyber measuring and manoeuvring, and no one's admitting that they actually fucked up by not testing enough people. And you know, with 569 people dead in the last 24 hours, it looks like we're heading the same way as Italy. The only part of the country that doesn't seem that affected is probably Scotland, because it's so cold up there, coronavirus die in it once it come out the body. And well, you know, the concentration of population, you know, people to the size of land in Scotland is actually completely different to even the Midlands of the UK. So, but yeah, the southwest doesn't seem affected. Maybe people from that part don't really travel much. Maybe the airports are really far away and it's a real faff to get on the train. I don't know, mate. I've not really been to places like Dorset and all that. Although apparently 5 people went mad in Dorset. Yeah, if you don't know what that's about. There we go. So 3 more pilots. There you go. And that's something I would have done on my C64 in my little second bedroom. Right, even though I'm smoking, I shall still try and play this without resetting it, because the F10 key resets it. So yeah, I mean, it's great when you find an emulator that does everything you need, and it does it well. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could record this footage, as well as what I'm recording on the camera pointed at the crappy LCD TV. Well, that's no good. I can't see the bloody L key in it. They're lucky if they don't get fried, mate. We've got this bullshit again. I think it's sticky keys, isn't it? Well, I'm pressing the A key, isn't it? Yeah, well. So this is the A key we're on, next to it is the S key. You have to consciously say that to yourself, otherwise if you do get an alien pilot you're a bit fucked if you press the airlock button instead of the system's on button. Whee! Again, I didn't check the point. Oh no. I see it's showing me a ship there, but there is nothing. There might be an alien ship actually. I think maybe the alien ships are... this could be the one. That's a bit weird. You saw a ship right there in front of us, so let's see what happens. Ship off scope. That is weird. Is that a bug? I don't know. I can't remember if that happened on the C64 version. Let's go around this tunnel. Let's laser block him with the mountain in it. I'm pressing all the fucking keys. Why isn't the L key working? Fuck off. Fuck this typing in the dark bullshit, mate. I can't even see the keys. Fuck you. No, that's a bit iffy, that is, but like I said, the alien pilots may actually have a completely different helmet colour, or they may be white as well. I think they're white. Yeah, don't keep your finger on the A key unless you're a blind bastard like me. Don't keep your finger on any key, but be ready to press the correct key, airlock or systems on, depending on what turns up at your door. Well, I might not be pressing exactly the right button for the engines, but you're not going to accidentally reset it by pressing one of the function keys. Shift and F8 apparently. I wonder if those ships are ones I didn't destroy. Maybe that's why you should destroy the ships so they don't appear on your radar screen. I mean, what's interesting to compare is something like, what was that Laserdisc game? Not Firefox, the other one. Is it Mac 3? Oh, I don't know. The visuals on that compared to the much better response time, even from this 8-bit computer, calculating, you know, fractal landscapes. I suspect on the C64, the brown and the black is going to be multicolour 1 and 2 universal colour selections. Will Mad Commodore see the L key? Yeah, he fucking will, mate. Wow, that's perfect timing. Ah, you bastard, man. Hopefully we'll get to see an even bigger animation this time. No, I think that's as large as they go. Must be a huge ship, innit? Come in, mate. Have a hot cup of tea, innit? Get one of them shiny blankets, Buck Rogers style on you there. Right, let's go. And we can bugger off by pressing the B key. Now what else up here? Oh yeah, packet of chipsticks. There were no Frazzles, sadly, so we went with Smith's chipsticks. Yeah, I'm not going to put in a clip of South Park with the fish sticks. STICKS, doesn't sound anything like fish sticks. Oof, that was a terrible episode. I think South Park has run its course. I think it's time for them to finish. Family Guy's getting very boring lately. You hardly ever see Quagmire, the best character there, let alone a story about him. Hey, where'd he go? There was a beeping noise for the... there we go. I won't be able to see the pilot. So I won't know if the helmet colour's different. But I suspect it isn't. God damn it, where's all the aliens? This is too realistic, there's no aliens. Just automated machines that can kill you out in space. That you created yourself as a species. Yeah, that's how rare it is for sentient life to develop intergalactic travel. Most of them succumb to a shitty virus like COVID-19. Spanish influenza took out a huge amount of the human population, as did the plague. Things were not quite the same after those. And I don't even think they actually found a cure for the plague. I think it just killed everyone in its path and therefore self-destructed. That's the thing with a virus. It's not intelligent enough to keep enough of its hosts alive. Yeah, see, we made the UFO go round the mountain. Yeah, I mean, how can you not like these graphics? They're fantastic, really. But yeah, as I predicted months ago, it's going to be pretty bad in the UK, I can tell. Now there's a combination of reasons for that. It's almost like the minimum speed is faster than it was on the earlier levels, so there he is. Will we be able, no, we won't be able to, again, we won't be able to see the ship or the pilot. Yeah, I find it odd that there's no alien pilots yet. But that was actually a big thing back then. You know, keeping that secret amongst the reviewers, putting it in the actual game design. Now, because the frame rate obviously can't improve, you know, if you are going faster now, in a way it's not really any better visually. That doesn't give you more of a 3D effect, if you like. That's limited by the frame rate. I believe there is a CPU expansion for the ATARI. Oh look, just in time. And speaking of just in time, Amazon are going to be fucked, aren't they? Who's going to fucking be working in their shitty warehouses? Now obviously most of the people that have passed away are from Generation X or older, so they don't give a fuck about Amazon, so that won't affect their profits. Now Boo, you enormous cat, do not go up to the camera, mate, come on. It's either going up to the camera or scratching the LCD screen, because he thinks it's a window. Because he does that to the windows when he's looking at the birds and stuff like that outside. Yeah, it's getting much harder now to find the actual, you know, the pilots to rescue. I hope I'm on double time now. Yeah, it doesn't matter how low you go in the canyons, they will get you. I think that's a mistake actually. Look how low I am to the ground. Pretty close here to the ground. What's the matter, Boo? What's wrong, buddy? Complaints department is in the house next door, mate. Yeah, we're going to have to find a way of getting there. It could be up on these mountains, actually. What I used to do is point the ship straight up and boost, 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 and then quickly pull back on the joystick, innit? Yeah, he's on the mountain, see? Is that him over there? Surprised that didn't knock me out. Oh, hang on. Yay! It's the alien. And if you press the airlock, that's what happens. Magicchio, innit? Yeah, see, Lauren, they only put him first. Who the hell is Colbeer? He might be someone who put in the trainer. I don't know. No idea, mate. And yeah, let's go with that. Use the keyboard there. Woo! So yeah. Level 12 with the aliens, lovely mate, lovely. I'm going to have to check if the C64 cockpit actually goes black when you dock. Oh, and the programmer of Restaurant Fractalus on the C64 It's the same guy who wrote Seamus on the C64. That's all he's ever written. Rescue and Fractalus. So I was right. The person who wrote the Eidolon did a much better job on the C64 than Rescue and Fractalus. Wasn't the same person. And it wasn't Lauren Carpenter. And could you stop shooting me? I'm sure there's a film where they say stop shooting at me. I think it's some sort of comedy. Ah, come on, man. No, you can't turn your systems off. So we didn't get to see if the helmet's a different colour. Ah, come on, man. Okay, why is that a thing then? See, I don't want to go too far now, I can't see the ship. Oh man. Go on then. I'd say that's a white helmet, you can't tell from that distance anyway. And I was right, it was a white helmet, for sure. Oh no, we got... Who are you, mate? You're Slimland, aren't you? You look like you're ready to be naughty. Yes, as I thought, right. Oh, I'll be taking that chili powder infused bit of tissue there, mate. Thank you. Right. Don't want you burning your nostrils on fine chili powders from Mexico, sir. Ah, crap. That is one problem with going full speed, isn't it? Not only does it take longer to land, but here we go. Right, so let's centre him. Come on in, let's have a look. You the alien. So that definitely is a white helmet. Tense moment. You don't know what kind of passenger you're going to get. And if you're into Uber, you don't know what kind of driver you're going to get either. Might be like that woman who's watching some crap on her fucking smartphone, that dumb bitch, behind the automated self-driving Uber. And she killed someone. And she got away with it as well. Where's that one gone then? Oh, right. I think it's in a little ravine there, isn't it? No, this is no good, man. Let's head down there. Yeah, see now we're lower. Oh, he is in range as well. Keyboard's going a bit funny now. Probably bloody Windows sticky keys, isn't it? Right, there we go. Right, check this out, mate, check it out. Now, if it is an alien, I'm going to open me chipsticks to celebrate. God damn it, I fancied them chipsticks. Oh well. Oh, crap. Do me, thank you. Yeah, so, like Blue Max, well, yeah, I suppose, on the earlier levels, if you start at level 1, this is a game, you know, that you'd play for years, really. Because you play it just to be in the game engine, controlling your character. Not necessarily to do what the game expects you to do to win. And that's the thing. Maybe people did that with Turbo Esprit on the ZX Spectrum. But on the C64 that was a terrible game. But on the Spectrum it is actually a bit like GTA San Andreas, I suppose, or Vice City. Because it's 3D, you see. The other versions of GTA were not 3D, which is why I don't like the Dreamcast version. It's shit. Ah, god damn it. We're not going to know what colour the damn helmet is on the alien, if it is an alien. So yeah, I mean, even at level 12, it's not really, you know, that much of a danger. Let's go with 2. As if my flying skills were good enough for fucking 1 out of 8. We've gone to, oh, we're on 3. Nah, 3's too much, mate. Let's start shooting something. So the idea really is to clear an area before you collect the pilot, but look how many turrets there are. And they're all targeting you at the same time. Hang on, there was a ship this way somewhere. So you want to start coming down a bit. See, on this keyboard, if you press 2 keys at the same time, I don't think they're the 2 that we were at. There we go. Yeah, nice and close. That's what we want. Right. So we've got 3 pilots pretty much in the same area. Look, there's one here. Well, there would be if I moved the ship up. And I'm sure there was another one somewhere else. Oh, there's one over there. Look, it's a great game. I mean, once you've played this game quite a while, you'd get a feel for like how long you have to keep it on maximum boost just to travel a short distance. And then, you know, press L. You know, like autopilot, really. Obviously, I'm not the teenage version of myself. I swear much more now. I don't think we're going to be able to see this one. Oh man. I'll just fly over to this direction and there you go. There we go. Should be able to see it now somewhere. Oh, actually look, oh there it is. So the scanners are way off. Oh, is that a different ship? Look, there's another ship further up. Pretty sure, yeah, there is. Unless that's an empty ship. Alright, we're going to have to go a bit more, man. It's a difficult one to see, the bastard. Won't be able to see his ship, so... risk it for a biscuit. It's the ace hole. Aren't you bored with that yet? No. Come on in, mate. Grab a blanket, cup of hot chicory, whatever, mate. From the food replicators, you know. Yeah, that's a white helmet, right, okay. And it's a pilot. So let's just go to the next level and hope we get some aliens. Yeah, so because of this coronavirus business, I've got 3 rooms that I'm going to be decorating, or finish decorating soon. And I can't buy carpet for them now. And I also can't buy laminate flooring for the living room that I'm going to fit. And hopefully the tiles are enough to do the extension. If not, we're fucked because they don't sell them tiles anymore anyway. So it's not like I could put most of them and replace them later. It's important to keep hydrated. And I did have my tablets, my anti-swearing tablets. Unfortunately for my viewers who don't like me swearing, stroke unsubscribers, they take 2 hours to start working, which is well after the camera stops having enough battery charge to record. And then it's back to using horrible fucking Windows again. Well, that was a bit of a fuck up. Happy accident. Best not to keep your finger on any key. And then once you know it's your pilot, you head for the A key. And if it's the alien, you have to press the S key. Now press the airlock button on purpose on the alien so you'd see that it kills you, because it gets into your ship and it rips you to shit and it all goes red because there's blood everywhere. Implied. Doesn't actually say that in the manual, but you can take it from me, that's what happens. They're like Klingon style things. Alien from Alien versus Predator, I suppose. Good, we can see the pilot again. So really that's the last thing I want to see, whether the aliens are in disguise. God damn it, it's another human being. And I'm not talking about coronavirus again. Yeah, I knew there was one up there, you bastard. So yeah, this is just a great game to play. It's like an alien flight simulator in 8 bits. With a combat flight simulator. There's so many of these damn turrets. Look how many there are. They must land these turrets from a spaceship and put them on the surface there, I reckon. So this is what you should be doing, clearing the area. Man, I wish I was playing this on the projector. Alright, we're so high up now. Actually, if you shoot one of the ships and it's an alien, it will just say pilot killed. You'll never know. Uphill struggle for you. Ooh. And if you leave him banging away long enough there, he cracks the screen. There we go, full speed ahead Maverick. Maverick, obviously your Maverick from Top Gun. I don't think Top Gun had actually come out in the cinema when this was out. I think Top Gun was 1986, wasn't it? Alright, we're not really going to see much there. Sometimes when you swivel right. It is really good 3D though. I mean, it's much better than 3D. Oh look, that's green. Ah, you see? See? If you leave him long enough. And I think I've captured enough footage to make something I might want to watch later. So that's the end of the video. Think yourself lucky, mate. I've got to go and use fucking Windows. 10-point bum.